This is the confirmed FC26 upgrades and downgraded rating, but with the top 50 rated players in the game. We will also see huge honorable mentions of huge upgrade and downgrade that are not in the top 50. But some of these ratings you're about to witness may make you want to vomit. Some players that had bad seasons still getting a pretty good rating. Some players getting absolutely disrespected with their rating. And trust me, you'll see. Players like Messi's rating might shock you for what they did, EA Sports. Players like Cristiano Ronaldinho, it might shock you as well for what they did to his rating. They even did something quite disrespectful to Lamine Yamal. We'll get into that. And there's some things that makes you quite curious when it comes to the Manchester United player. We'll talk about that. And there are also some very disrespectful ratings with the downgrade. And some pretty positive ones that might shock you with the upgrade. We'll get all into that. But first, listen to this. And I'll also be saying which one I think is right or wrong based off the player rating. And you comment below if you agree or disagree as well. Let's get to it. To the wastelands, to the highways. The Brada went from a 90 overall to an 87. That's quite a downgrade times 3. But I ain't gonna lie, for me, I think the Brada is still pretty class. I think he might as well just get maybe a -2. Make him an 88 overall. What y'all think? These are players that got a minimum of +2 upgrades or a minimum of +2 downgrades. He went from an 84 overall to an 87. Now looky here. For me, I believe Guassi absolutely torched the glorious club FC Barcelona. And for that reason, to be honest, I think he does deserve it. He is a top class striker. He's been scoring a good amount of goals. 87 is deserved. The man Jonathan Isak, he went from an 85 overall to an 88 overall. Now this guy was very dangerous with Oldcastle United. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, scoring goals. Then he started to force his way to Liverpool and got the deal done. Should they have held him? Well, I do believe that the man Jonathan Isak does deserve the 88 overall. Definitely dangerous. Gabriel went from an 86 overall to an 88. Now is this deserved? I believe so. He's definitely a top centre back. But does this guy have 2 right feet? 2-star, 2-star? Goodness gracious. I mean, going from an 81 overall to an 89 overall. Now this one right here is fully absolutely deserved, but also quite disrespectful. This guy should either be a 90 rated or a 91 rated with either whoever the top footballer in the world. He should be the same rating as Mbappe. He should be the same rating as Ousmane, the Snake Dembele, all of that. So what do I say? I disagree. Russo going from an 85 overall to an 89 overall. Now, I ain't mad at this. A great candidate for Baddies FC, so I ain't gonna lie. So we gonna put it on I agree. Bitinha went from an 85 overall to an 89. Now, as much as I don't mess with them snakes over there with PSG, I do have to say that he did have a tremendous season. So I'm probably gonna have to give Bitinha. I agree. He deserves the 89 overall. Now we got Pedri going from an 86 overall to an 89 overall. Now, to be honest, this right here is kind of disrespectful. This is the best midfielder in the world. He should be at least a 90, 91 rated with the top tier footballers in the world. If you're going to give Jude Bellingham a 90 rated, this guy's got to also be a 90 because Bellingham is not bad. I ain't gonna lie. So for me, I'm going to have to absolutely disagree. He should be a 90 overall. I disagree because his rating's not higher. We got Khadija Shaw going from an 86 overall to an 89. Now look at her. I don't watch women's football like that to know, but I'm going to say, yeah. I have no clue. Vinicius Jr. This is quite disrespectful. The fact that he only got -1 from his abysmal season. Vinicius Jr. 100% should be downgraded more. I agree with the downgrade, but it should be more. It should be an 85 to 86, maybe 87. Butterfly. This is another Shade that got a tremendous upgrade. To be honest, I have no clue. So I just know they won the Champions League. So Ashraf Hakimi going from an 84 overall to an 89. Now I don't know how you go from an 84 to 89 and your defense is still 82, but it is what it is. EA Sports, fix your game. But he's looking like a solid card here. So I'm gonna have to actually say that Hakimi deserves the upgrade. Rapinha going from an 84 overall to an 89 overall. Now, what do I say? I absolutely agree that he deserves this level of upgrade, but it's not enough. He should absolutely be 100% 90 to 91 overall, but EA is a little bit delusional. But they decided to make him the same rating as Vinicius Jr. Stop it. Get some help. Deluded fam. Joshua Kimmich going from an 86 overall to an 89 overall. Now, I don't really watch Bayern Munchen like that, but I believe he improved. So I'm not going to really disagree with this. Get out of that. Ousmane the Snake Dembele. Now, as much as I want to literally suplex my monitor because I have to say this, I do indeed believe that Ousmane the Snake Dembele does deserve the 90 overall. He deserves the upgrade. He had a crazy season. He did get a lot of help from his Paris Saint-Germain players, but at the end of the day, he performed. Ousmane the Snake Dembele deserves the 90 overall. Pot McTominay. At this point, Manchester United United, they need to send all their players into a pool of disinfectant to cleanse whatever toxicity is in that club, because how are every player that leave just perform better? Manchester United, I ain't gonna lie, Pop McTominay definitely deserves the upgrade. Not player of the season in that club, player of the entire season. Man United, there's something wrong. Myers Levis Skelly. Now this guy got a tremendous upgrade, going from a bronze medalist to a gold card because he made it into Arsenal's first squad. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna have to get that upgrade because you're going into a team that's been finishing second for a decade now. You're still entering the first squad. W. Desire Dewey, going from a 76 to an 85 overall. This is actually deserved because this guy was going crazy during the whole season for Paris Saint-Germain, getting into the starting 11, sometimes coming off the bench, top tier football. David Alaba. Listen, man, this guy's been injury prone now, hasn't really been touching the pitch, no minutes. I actually believe that David Alaba should absolutely get the downgrade. It's deserved. Can't lie to you. David Alaba, Ansumane Sofati. I'm not gonna lie. You're supposed to be thriving at Barca, but all those injuries just cooking you. Your body looks like you got a damn beer belly at some time. Sofati, I'm gonna have to agree with this downgrade, but I do hope you thrive in Monaco. As Monaco or AS Monaco. Wanna be David Silva. I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy, for the longest time, he's managed to stay at an 88 overall, high rated. Now, he's had his moments to being a great player, but this downgrade is absolutely deserved. Bernardo Silva, 84 overall. Case Miro looks like he's slower than a turtle with no two back feet. But I'm gonna say this. This is just what happens when you go to this current Manchester United. This is absolutely deserved. Deserves that downgrade. He's just been garbage. Federico Chiesa. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy was supposed to be thriving at Liverpool, but for some reason, he got there and they gave him no burns, no minutes. So I'm gonna have to lie. He deserves a downgrade because he didn't really get minutes to really perform and show his levels. Take a pill, because I'm not gonna lie, you need a pill to get back on your levels, man. This is a disgrace right now. He's not been performing. He keeps dipping ever since the Euros. Not gonna lie to you, Pill Poden most definitely deserves this downgrade. He was laughing on the bench while Manchester City was getting cooked. Hopefully he can bring back his level. Player of the season to this, Alejandro Garnacho Chi. Now I'm almost sure that this rating right here, it is deserved because he didn't play, but I'm almost sure next season he's gonna get enough. Maximilian Grealish. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, he just started losing all the minutes on Man City. They didn't respect him. He's all the way in Everton now. It is deserved. From an 84 to 80, downgrade. Deserved. Oh no, what am I witnessing? Pretzel Kimpembe. Going from an 81 to 77, chopped off his left foot to run at 62 pace. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't seen him on the pitch since 2016, bro. So I ain't gonna lie, he deserves it, but like, goodness gracious. Kimpembe. Benjamin Mendy's brother, going from an 84 overall to an 81. Now this guy's an injury prone monster. He's always getting injured somehow, and he doesn't really help Madrid that much. So I'm gonna have to give him, I agree to the downgrade. It's Messi. Looky here, I said this before and I'll say this again. Messi can play in any top 5 league right now. This is absolutely disrespectful. It's Messi. Should not be an 86 overall. Either keep him the same or maybe even give him a +1. But I wouldn't be mad at just keeping him at an 88 overall. Have y'all seen how he's been performing? You can't tell me this guy's still not world class. At least there's more space for possible evolutionaries in the future. Martin de Odegaard, the most common 89 rated in FC history. Now I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad he got this downgrade. Do I agree? I ain't gonna lie, I do kind of agree because he's not really that special for Arsenal to me when I see it. But maybe other people's opinions may differ. Rafael Smile went from an 86 overall to an 84 rate. Now look, I watched him in the Euro and I see that he has beautiful talent, but he doesn't like to use his brain quite often when he's playing on that football pitch, and it was quite annoying to watch. So just from me experiencing that, watching this guy, I'm gonna have to say I agree with the downgrade. Hopefully he can get to that level and become better. But Rafael Smile is not an 86 overall. Deserved downgrade. Ruben Neves Diaz. Now, Man City did struggle. And when you are a high-rated player and you already struggle with pace, once EA knows that you're gonna get a downgrade, they make sure to take your pace with you for sure. So do I just think he deserves a downgrade? I mean, yes indeed, because City has been conceding and he's a part of the back line. Downgrade. That's his name. Listen, man, going from an 85 in FC24, now FC25, 83, FC26, and 80 overall. Is this deserved? This guy with his gelatin wrist break and let that ball go through, because that's all this guy does. Andre Onana, that's his name. I absolutely agree with the down. My dog Mark Andre, you've been very injury prone now, and the time you do come back, you didn't have the craziest performances. I'm not gonna lie, and you have some big competition with João Garcia. I ain't gonna lie, Marc Andre, I agree with the downgrade. Kyle Walker. Wow, he might actually need a walker because he lost his legs. 89 pace to 80 pace. Do I agree? I'm gonna lie, you left Man City, went to AC Milan. I don't think you played crazy there. I agree, deserve downgrade. No men's. That's what he tells his opponents when he's defending them. No, bro, no, you ain't getting past me. Now look, does he deserve this upgrade? I do indeed think he deserves that. Now, he still didn't lock up Lamine Yamal. You needed about 5 people to defend and help you, but you still did a good job. I don't know how people are coming out with that narrative. It's bull drive. Pacho! This is the guy that told Pretzel Kimpembe that you ain't getting back in the starting lineup. Kimpembe, he's definitely the focal point for the Campeones League win. I think he deserves the upgrade. Anthony Alganganga. This is a cheap beast that can help out for Negro FC early on. Now, this is an ex-Manchester United man. And you know what they say about Manchester United players when they leave? They most definitely do succeed. So I do think Alganganga deserves the up. He's been doing well. Pau Kubasi. Like, what are we even talking about here? This guy came in at the young age and came into the starting 11 for Barcelona. Unbelievable. Pau definitely deserves the upgrade. I agree. What do you know? Anthony going from a 77 to 81. From Real Betis back to Manchester United, back to Real Betis. Now, he deserves the upgrade because why? He left Manchester United and he just starts to perform well. There's something about Manchester United we don't know about. What do y'all think it is? Moist Caicedo. This guy's been moving mad, playing like a top tier centre midfielder he is. I ain't gonna lie. Club World Cup as well. This guy performed. I think Moist Caicedo definitely deserves the upgrade. But how did he lose play? Come on, he is. Wake up. Ibrahim Okonete. Now, this guy was hovering always around the cheap beast category. Now, I do think going from an 83 to 86, I do think he deserves the upgrade. One, he was the centre back along Van Dijk. He does deserve the upgrade. Win the Premier League as well. Brian Mbeumo. This guy, 80 to 85 overall. I'm not going to lie to you, yeah. This guy played proper nice for his Brentford squad. And that's why Manchester United signed him. But I do agree, Hugo Ekitike. Now, I think Ekitike, just off his performances so far with Liverpool, how he's been performing before Jonathan Isak shows up, he deserves the up. He's a solid player. João Neves. I ain't gonna lie. This guy's a top baller. I'ma say that he does deserve the upgrade. Can't be mad at it. Cristiano Ronaldinho going from an 86 overall to an 85, getting the downgrade. Now, do I actually agree with this? I'ma actually say I do not. I feel like he's been playing almost at the same level when he was in 86 overall. So I don't see where the downgrade comes, especially when he's still scoring for Portugal. So we can't really give him that downgrade. But what y'all think? Let me know in the comments of what y'all agreed and what y'all disagreed. I want to see what y'all talking about. Were you shocked by any of the rating? Yeah. Hope you enjoyed.